For centuries, the mystery of Atlantis has fascinated historians, explorers, and dreamers across the world. Countless theories, countless imaginations, yet no final answer. But to truly understand Atlantis, we must return to a time long before written history, to an age when the seas were wilder, the skies brighter, and mankind was different from anything we know today. The story begins with an empire, not an ordinary empire made of stones or armies, but a civilization built on knowledge, power, and harmony with nature. The Atlanteans lived on a massive island surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean. Their capital city was designed with perfect geometry, rings of land and water alternating like a divine symbol carved by the gods themselves. To the outsiders, it looked like a place touched by heaven. Legend says the founder of Atlantis was the sea god Poseidon. He fell in love with a mortal woman named Cleito, and to protect her, he carved out a hill in the center of the island and surrounded it with rings of water so no intruder could reach her. Their descendants became the kings of Atlantis, ruling with wisdom, strength, and unmatched intelligence. For thousands of years, Atlantis prospered. Its people were known for their creativity and unmatched craftsmanship. The Atlanteans built great bridges connecting the rings of the city, giant harbors filled with ships that traveled across the world, and temples decorated with gold and orichalcum, a mysterious reddish metal that shone like fire. Their knowledge of engineering, astronomy, and energy surpassed anything known in the ancient world. Some legends claim they discovered ways to harness the Earth's natural forces, creating a power source that could illuminate their cities and run enormous machines. Their society was divided into 10 kingdoms, each ruled by a king, but all united under one law: balance. Balance between nature and technology, power and fairness, land and ocean. As long as they followed this rule, prosperity flowed like an endless river. However, prosperity often breeds ambition, and ambition can lead to greed. Over time, the Atlanteans started drifting away from the harmony that protected them. They expanded their empire across distant lands, conquering territories from Africa to Europe. Their armies became stronger, their desires grew larger, and slowly the kingdom transformed from a land of wisdom into a land of domination. Some kings wanted more power than others. Some wanted to rule the world. And as the balance broke, so did the heart of Atlantis. Ancient stories say that the gods became displeased. They watched as Atlantis drifted toward corruption. The once pure kingdom filled with pride, arrogance, and hunger for power. And then came the night when everything changed. It was a night the people never expected. The sky darkened long before evening. The winds grew violent, carrying the sound of something deep beneath the earth, a low rumble that echoed across the island. Some believed it was a warning. Others dismissed it as a passing storm. But when the ground began to shake, fear spread across every corner of the city. Earthquakes tore through the land, splitting the streets and shaking the temples. Towers of stone cracked and fell like children's toys. The mighty bridges that connected the rings of the city collapsed into the rising waters. Fire shot out from the ground in several places, illuminating the night with terrifying orange light. The ocean roared, waves rising higher and higher, as if the sea itself was preparing to swallow the island. Families ran through the streets, calling out for loved ones. Priests gathered near the temples, praying to the gods for mercy. Soldiers tried to lead people to safety, but there was no safety left. Every direction led to chaos. Some legends claim that the final blow came from a massive tidal wave, higher than any building in the city. It crashed over the outer rings first, carrying away ships, houses, and thousands of lives. The second wave was stronger, swallowing the middle rings, and the third wave, the one no one survived, consumed the heart of the city, burying the palace, the temples, and the last cries of a dying civilization. By dawn, Atlantis was gone. The entire island disappeared beneath the ocean, leaving behind nothing but swirling water and silence. It was as if the earth had closed over its sins and buried them deep within its heart. For centuries after the event, sailors reported strange things near the place where Atlantis was rumored to have existed. Some claimed to see glowing lights beneath the water. Others described hearing faint echoes or seeing structures that looked like ruins far below the surface. Divers who attempted to explore the depths spoke of massive stone blocks, perfectly cut and placed, resting silently in the darkness. But proof was never accepted officially. Scientists argued. Historians debated. Some insisted Atlantis was only a moral story told by philosophers. Others believed it was a memory of a real civilization destroyed by natural disaster. And a few, especially modern researchers, think Atlantis might have been far more advanced than any ancient society we know. One of the most popular theories ties Atlantis to the Richat structure in the Sahara Desert, a massive circular formation perfectly matching Plato's description of the city's rings. Though now covered by sand, many believe it once was the coastline of a giant and thriving civilization. Evidence of ancient rivers, strange magnetic patterns, and unusual rock formations support the idea that this might indeed have been the legendary city. Another theory proposes that Atlantis lies near the Mediterranean, destroyed by a volcanic eruption like the one that wiped out the ancient Minoan civilization. Some believe it could be buried beneath Antarctica's ice, suggesting dramatic shifts in Earth's climate and map. And a few explorers think the ruins seen off the coast of Cuba might be remnants of the lost kingdom. But the truth remains hidden, deep beneath the ocean or earth, waiting for someone to uncover it. What makes the story of Atlantis so powerful is not just the mystery of where it lies, but what it represents. A warning about human pride, a reminder that even the greatest civilizations can fall when they lose their moral compass, and a spark of hope for explorers, the belief that somewhere, out there, lies a lost world with secrets and knowledge beyond imagination. Today, Atlantis lives on in stories, movies, books, and the dreams of millions who believe that we have not yet discovered the full history of our planet. With 80% of the ocean still unexplored, it is possible, maybe even likely, that an entire civilization remains hidden beneath the waves. And when the day comes that we finally uncover it, our understanding of human history may change forever. Until then, the lost city remains silent, a kingdom buried under time and water, a reminder of what we were and what we could become again.